Morning guys, so the video you're about to watch is technically a bit like a week in a life, but what it is a week's worth of sales from a full-time eBay reseller. Now I'm actually recording this at the end of the week because I seem to keep forgetting to do a good morning one. I've actually forgot to do this week's because I'm doing this at the end of last week's. But yeah, so I'm Chris and I am based in our full-time eBay reseller. We do a bit on Vinted, etc, etc. If you hear any noise, that is my #1 minion packing this week's first day's orders. She's looking at me funny through the garage now. She's going to make a lot more noise. But yeah guys, if you like what you see anyway, like, share and subscribe. We do also go out to car boots. You'll see those videos, do a fair few auctions and various other bits that we do try to put to YouTube. I'm still getting new to YouTube and still trying to learn it, so let us know what you think in the comment. Right guys, so Wednesday morning, so Tuesday sales, first day of the week. So got some black, unbranded, Forks leather, cowboy boots. They went for £19. We got an Epson XP352 all-in-one printer. I went for $34.99, so not bad start to the week. A little bit depressing because of the returns that we've had, but other than that, all good. Good morning guys, so it is now Thursday morning, so doing Wednesday sales. I actually had some good ones. It's looking up. I've still got the issues with some of my dodgy returns. I actually recorded one of them yesterday to show people how bad they're getting. I'm going to have to make that video, so I'm definitely going to do that this week. Might already be out by the time this one comes out, might not be, I'm not sure. I'm getting a little bit lazy at times this week because I'm quite ahead on a lot of stuff. But anyway, so we've got Vax cordless, it's Vax blade, motorhead, power nozzle, whatever you want to call them. Just looking. Yeah, this is the one that I literally sell this all the time. The model number on it is CLAC-CFTP. If you see that model number, that's £30 nozzle head every time. And this one's, you know, got a fair bit of dirt that we just can't get out and all that on it. That's why that's 30 quid. Normally you can retail them higher than that, but for us that's just where we're at. Here's a random one. This cost us 4 quid. It's a book series. It's called Hush Hush. There's 4 books in it. It's by Becca Fitzpatrick. That went for 20 quid free postage. Didn't have a great deal of interest. Has sat for a little bit, but for 4 quid went in. You can always sort of see when books match in a series, so it's always worth sort of looking if you got the same author or the same series or whatever. Just having a look and going, I wonder if that is complete. That is. It went for 20 quid, which for a book bundle of 4, it's quite good because you can normally buy books off eBay from like World of Books, so like $3.99 a piece. So with free postage, you can't compete with them because they make like 5 to 10p per book. So you potentially could have got that cheaper as a non-bundle, but yeah, very rare for books to sell on eBay on their own for much money, so you've kind of got to bundle them. Next one. So that is a Ping i2 golf club. What I've got there is a full iron set, so 3 through 9. Pull the camera to show you. You will have to ignore the mess in here. We've had a few bits going on over the past few days we're just trying to get on top of. That went for 60 quid. Now here's a really good one. Really good. Try and get it up so I can show you. I'm old. So that is a DeLonghi bean to cup coffee machine. Now that went for £180. DeLonghi, really good to watch out for. So we have sold a DeLonghi instant coffee machine before. That went for around 40. That being bean to cup went for 180. You get some really fancy ones that go for some really big money. I've seen some of them. That is a Magnifica S. 180 quid. I got that at an auction for like £5 to £10. Can't remember exactly. I know which auction it came from. I just can't remember how much. I know there was a 20p fee on top. But yeah, 180. Things are starting to look up. Things are starting to look up. Although the expenditure this week, I've spent £200 on packing material for bubble wrap and everything, so it's an expensive week for me, but no auctions, so the price of my stock's going down this week because I don't have that much, although I do have a pickup on Sunday now, which is probably going to cost me some money. We'll see. Anyway, see what... Alright then, so, morning guys, we are on Friday? Feels like Friday. Does it? Normally people are happy on Friday. I absolutely shed loads to do over the Saturday, Sunday, so... But yeah, it definitely feels like Friday. Anyway, so we're doing Thursday sales. Now, I sold 5 things, but I'm only going to show 4, because we can't find the 5th. Which is really, really, really annoying. But, Kirsty thinks that when we've gone through the boxes, it's gone to her vintage section for her to sell, and that we might have not taken it off eBay, because we obviously did that very thoroughly, very professionally. But it don't matter. She's going to search her vintage stuff, and then we'll have a look. I wouldn't mind too much if it was cheap, but it's a £40 handbag, so I'm a bit like, I'd rather have that income than not, but we'll see. But anyway, staple one for the channel. Set of golf clubs, sold for asking. Normal sort of standard, they're mixed, mixed clubs. You got 1, 2, 3, no 5. I'm gonna give them a 5 for free because it should have a 5 with it. That's disappointing how I listed that. Just 3 drivers, or woods actually, as they are. I'm learning that as we go. Right. Anyway, I'm going to show it to a ladder club to that. They're already there, so it's not too much of an issue. Little amplifier, practice amp. That's a CRT, CR10T guitar amplifier. It's just your standard little practice amp. It's by Cruiser. That went for 20 quid. That was actually a relist. If anybody is thinking like that, I've had that for ages and ages and ages. I bought it, I put it on eBay. It's sat. It's had a little bit of interest, few views, few watches, no questions, no offers, no nothing. When we've then gone in the loft, I've gone around, get all the old stock off, took it down completely, took it off eBay, put it into my spare room. Following week, went through the spare room. What am I listing this week? Pulled it out. Went back on, found the pricing, found everything, ignoring what I'd already done. Relisted it, and it sold in less than a week. Relist your dead stock, guys. Don't let it sit there dead. I've still got, don't know if you can see, I'll sort of move the camera to equate. Those boxes there, they go all the way to the back of my garage, and they're both sides. And they're stacked 3 high. That one's 2 because I use one of those boxes up this end to put the camera on with the 2 seasonal boxes I have. But I've got 2 stacks at the back of that row, and that whole row I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelving, a whole chest of stuff down there to do, and a lot of drawers behind you to rip through. But better to get that stock refreshed than let it kill itself. Right. So, Shark Steam mop. That's the weirdest offer I've ever had, because I had that listed at $24.99 and an offer came through at $24.99. So I took it. Like I say, just weird how it all works. Oh, and then we haven't really been shifting through many of these compared to what we used to. That is a Vax, is it Vax Power? Yeah, Vax Power Wash 1700W. Jet washer, pressure washer, whatever you want to call them. That went for 50 quid. That does work. I don't believe it's is it the official handle? I can't remember. When we last got them, it's all in pieces everywhere. I had to match things to make it work. Karcher, that's quite easy on because everything's labelled. That, I think it's the right one because it's orange to orange and it fits and it works, but I'm only guesstimating with that really. But anyway, see what tomorrow brings.
Hi everyone, it's Saturday. It's Saturday today, so we're doing sales from Friday through to Saturday. So we've got a Vax 1 power charger for the battery and the Hoover. We took an offer of 20 quid on this. It's gone to a lady that's brought the Vax Hoover office. We also have Mealy, which has got the power button, which does work. Missing power button, but it still does work. That we took an offer of 50 quid on. Also comes with its piping.
Right then guys, so Monday morning, so we've got a few sales to go through. I think it's like 7 or 8. Can't remember. Don't know where my phone is. I think it's upstairs, so somewhere. I know the prices though, off the top of my head, amazingly. So we got a Middle-earth Shadow of War. Really good game actually, I really enjoyed the game. That's an umbrella, but it is missing its pommel and hilt. Normally they're like 50 quid. Missing its parts, I only got 22. But, to be honest, £22. Oh, I got grumble. I got it out of holiday as well. So that's pretty good. Got a House of Cavani 3-piece suit. That went for 50. There is a bag for that. I don't know where it's gone, but there is a bag for that. So we'll pack that in its bag and then that'll go that way. Berghaus t-shirt. Can't see the size. Doesn't have the amount. It was on the listing. That went for £12.99. We don't do overly great on the t-shirts, but £12.99 is £12.99. Build-A-Bear Chewbacca teddy from Star Wars. There's his little tag. There it is. Jab. Build-A-Bears sometimes are worth it, sometimes they're not. Always worth checking. This one is with clothing. He's not on his own. That went for 15 quid. I paid a quid, so that's why it's worth 15. If I'd have paid 5, it really would have been. In here we've got some Monster High dolls. Can't remember the dolls or anything. Not overly sure these are normally worth it. I've had them a long time, but they in the end went for £34.99. So, in the end they kind of are. Knee-high leather boots, they're from Glamorous. They went for £17.99 on an offer. And the last two. It's a Shark Duo Clean Power Nozzle. Again, all in your model number. That one went for 30. And literally 20 minutes later, this one went for £34.99. Again, another Shark Power Nozzle. Different model number. All that. They're all working, they're all good. And guys, so Tuesday morning. So doing Monday sales, so the last of the week. So I've got 3 to go through real quick. So we've got vintage brass pepper mill. Doesn't really work very well, probably just for the scrap value at this point. But that went for 15 quid. It was up for 30, but you know what? It's one of those where not many people, that's not appealing to many people, so let's just get it gone. Some Clark's boots. These didn't go for a lot. These only went for 17, all things considered for Clark's. Normally they go higher. We actually had them listed low. I'm not 100% sure why I listed them so low, but they've been sat a while as well for Clark's for us. For cheap ones as well. And then last one is a Yamaha amp. So, yeah. Right then guys, so sales this week. So, in total sales was £861.35. So that's what every single item sold for, whether it was offer prices, asking prices, whatever. That's the total amount of revenue that came in through our eBay store to us. The total amount that eBay took off us for their services, so the app, the website, the storefront, basically the customers, everything, that came to £125.25. So overall not too bad. The postage came in really close to that at £126.97. So that's Royal Mail, Parcel Force and Yodel, combination of them all. The stock acquisition cost on all that was £112.40, which isn't too bad. I do go out and spend around £300 per week. So that means that out of the £300 I spent on that stock, I only managed to shift £112 worth of it. But every item I try and buy, I try and make 5 times on. So if I spend 2, I want to see 10. And that's actually closer to like 8 times. Probably, no, I think it's like 7 times. Something like that. So that's actually really good revenue in that sort of way. And then my ad fee on all that was $16.67. So that's for additional ads on eBay or off eBay or wherever eBay advertises it that they charge me a percent for. So the total amount I'm left with, all said and done, is £480.06. But that is very, very basic, guys, and that doesn't actually entail profit. I'm pretty sure I put it in the last video, and I just said it. I spend £300 a week on stock. So this week I'm down to £180.06. I pay myself £200. Still got fuel, still got tax, still got other things to pay on top of all this. So not exactly a profitable week. But a lot of weeks are quite profitable, and stuff like the cost of the stock at 112, you could add that into this and it would put me sort of slightly more ahead, because obviously I've already paid that on previous weeks. Right. Anyway, guys, if you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel. We put these videos out every week so that you guys can see what sort of stuff does sell, how often it sells, how much it sells for, give you guys some idea what to pick up, what to sell on eBay yourselves. We do also put videos out there that's going around the car boots and the charity shops and the auctions. We don't do charity shops that much anymore, so we don't put the videos out there. The car boots, today I went out, I picked up 5 items. Doesn't make great viewing. Last week I ended up putting it on, it was only like 5 minutes long. Sometimes we put the auctions up, sometimes we don't. I try and make the videos decent. This is the only one that I can consistently sort of do. That, to me, if I was thinking about doing this or I needed some help or whatever, this is the only video that I can consistently make that I go, that's really good, because some of the auctions don't want me to record, some of the charity shops don't, so I don't want to offend people. But yeah, if you like what you saw, guys, subscribe for more.